Hello friends, welcome back. This is Himanshu Verma. In this lecture, we will see how we can plot field distribution for different modes. First, we will draw the field variation in transverse magnetic mode in parallel plane waveguide. In transverse magnetic mode, that is in TM mode, three field components exist and those components are Ex, Ez and Hy. Here Hy is the field component which always remain perpendicular to z direction. That's why this mode of propagation is known as transverse magnetic mode. Now field variation of Ex, Ez and Hy will depend upon their field expressions. These all three field expressions will contain a constant term, that is C1, C2 and C3 respectively, will contain a term e power minus j beta bar z, which shows that all fields will vary sinusoidally in z direction with a wavelength of lambda g, that is guided wavelength. Will also contain a term either sine or cosine, which shows the variation in x direction. So these are three basic components of these three field expressions. Because e power minus j beta bar z is contained by all these field expressions and it is independent of value of m. And this e power minus j beta bar z term indicates that there is a sinusoidal field variation in z direction with wavelength lambda g, which is equal to 2 pi upon beta bar. So finally we can say that Ex, Ez and Hy are three components in TM mode of propagation where x direction variation is different for different values of m, and that variation is, in case of Ex it is cosine variation, in case of Ez it is sine variation, in case of Hy it is again cosine variation. So if we plot field distribution for TM0, TM0 means transverse magnetic mode with m is equal to 0. For m is equal to 0, this term become equal to 0. Because m is equal to 0 means h is equal to 0. Therefore, for m is equal to 0, only Ex and Hy will exist. And these two terms are also constant. Because cos 0 is equal to 1. Ex and Hy are constant means these fields are not changing in x direction. As in case of parallel plane waveguide, there is no boundary in y direction. That's why field is constant in y direction also. Therefore, we can say that in case of TM0, field will remain constant in x direction as well as in y direction. Field will vary only in z direction with wavelength lambda g. Here we have plotted TM0 mode in 3D view so that it is easy to understand. This is TM0 plot where this is x direction, this is y direction and away from us this is z direction. Green color is correspond to Ex. Because x is in upward direction, so we can mark Ex as this. Because Ex field is constant in x direction as well as in y direction, that's why we can mark Ex which is pointing in x direction. Because there is no variation in x and y direction both, therefore we keep Ex arrow length same in x direction and in y direction. Same arrow length indicates the strength of electric field is same in x and y direction. Similarly, we can plot Hy. Obviously, Hy will point in y direction, and in case of TM0, it also has same strength in x and y direction. That's why we can mark Hy in this way, that is with arrows of same length. We have represented Hy in red color, and due to differentiate it with electric field, we use dotted arrow. Now if we see side view where we can see variation in z and x direction, if we see from side, then Ex will look like this. Suppose this is the positive maxima of Ex. Now as we move in z direction, due to sinusoidal variation, after a certain distance, 0 point will come, and after that, negative maxima will come. Negative maxima means same strength as was here, that is at z is equal to 0, but now direction of field has become in negative x direction. So after negative maxima, again 0 will come, and then again positive maxima will come. After positive maxima, 0 will come, then negative maxima will come. Again 0 will come and positive maxima will come. So in this manner, Ex field would vary in z direction. If we talk about wavelength lambda g, then this length is lambda g, because in this length in z direction, field has completed its one cycle, that is from maxima to again maxima. Now in x direction field is constant, that's why same pattern of Ex will repeat in x direction, like this, this, this and this. Now if we talk about magnetic field, that is Hy, then in side view, Hy would be visible in terms of dot and cross. If field is coming towards us, then we will see head of the arrow, which can be represented by dot, and if field is going away from us, then tail of the arrow would be visible and we can represent it by cross. So Hy can be represented by dot and cross. So at z is equal to 0, field is maximum. It can be shown by thick dot with Ex field. After certain distance, it becomes 0. Then again negative maxima. Negative maxima means field arrow is going away from us, so can be represented by cross. Then again 0. Then again positive maxima. Then 0. Then negative maxima. Then 0. Then positive maxima. So in this way, magnetic field component Hy will also vary sinusoidally in z direction. Because there is no field variation in x direction, that's why same pattern of magnetic field will repeat itself in x direction. Now if we see TM0 plot in top view, then electric field would be visible in terms of dot and cross, and magnetic field which has y direction would be visible in terms of arrow. And in z direction, there is sinusoidal variation. That's why electric field vary positive max, then 0, then negative max, then 0, positive max, 0, negative max, 0, positive max. Similarly, magnetic field which has y direction is positive max, then 0, negative max, 0, positive max, 0, negative max, 0, positive max, and so on. And same pattern of field remain constant in y direction. So this is all about TM0 plot. Now come to TM1 plot. This plot we will draw in front view and side view separately. This is TM mode, that's why Ex, Ez, Hy will exist. Ex cos, Ez is tangential component of electric field, that's why sine, and Hy cos. As for m is equal to 1, only half cycle field variation takes place in between the planes. So this thing shows that Ex component will have cosine variation in x direction, Ez component will have sine variation in x direction, and Hy component will have cosine variation in x direction. So first we see front view, which shows variation in x and y direction. Z direction is into the paper. Ex has cosine variation, and in between the planes only half cycle would be completed. So cosine function half cycle is like this. That is at x is equal to 0, positive max, then x is equal to d by 2, 0, then x is equal to d, negative max. So in cosine function, field will be maximum on the boundaries. But remember, on first boundary, that is x is equal to 0, it would have positive maxima, and on second boundary, that is x is equal to d, it would have negative maxima. Similarly, Ez component which has sign variation, so it would be 0 on the boundaries and has positive max in between the planes. As positive z direction is into the paper, that's why we represent this with cross. Next is the Hy which has cosine variation, so it would have positive max on x is equal to 0 and negative max on x is equal to d and 0 in between the planes. Hy is in y direction, so the arrow direction is shown in y direction. Now because there is no field variation in y direction, that's why this pattern will repeat itself in y direction again and again. If we see in side view, then x and z direction variation would be visible. Suppose this is x direction and this is z direction, then z cross x, that is y direction, would be out from the paper. That's why shown by dot. Now first we plot Ex, which has cosine variation. So positive max on this boundary and negative max on this boundary and 0 in between the boundaries. And now in z direction, this Ex field will vary sinusoidally. That is, at z is equal to and x is equal to 0, it is positive max. Then after some distance in z direction, it becomes 0. Then after some distance, it becomes negative max, again 0, then positive max, then 0, and so on. Here at z is equal to 0 and x is equal to d by 2, it is 0. So after some distance, it becomes positive max, then 0, then negative max, then 0, then positive max, and so on. If we talk about z is equal to 0 and x is equal to d, it is negative max. So after some distance, it becomes 0, then positive max, 0, negative max, 0, and so on. Now if we talk about Ez component, then z is this direction, so it can be shown by arrow in this direction, but it is of sine function, so 0 on the boundary and positive max in between the boundary, that is at x is equal to d by 2. And this Ez field will vary sinusoidally in z direction. Here 0, positive max, 0, negative max, 0, positive max. Here at x is equal to d by 2, it is positive max, so 0, negative max, 0, positive max, 0, and so on. Here at x is equal to d, it is 0, but after that negative maxima will come, then 0, then positive max, then 0, then negative max. In the similar way, Hy can be shown by dot and cross. Because Hy is into or out of the paper, Hy has cosine function, so x is equal to 0, it can be shown by thick dot because positive y is out from the paper. And on second boundary, it can be shown by cross because here field direction is into the paper and in between Hy value is 0. In the similar way, Hy field also varies sinusoidally in z direction. That is positive max, then 0, negative max, 0, positive max, 0. At x is equal to d by 2, 0, positive max, 0, negative max, 0, positive max. At x is equal to d, negative max, 0, positive max, 0, negative max, 0. So in this way, all three fields will vary sinusoidally in z direction with a wavelength of lambda g. Now come to Tm2 plot. Here m is equal to 2. So 2 half cycle variation will take place. 2 half cycle means 1 complete cycle. This is front view. So for Ex, which has cosine variation, it is positive max on this boundary, that is x is equal to 0, then 0, then negative max, then 0, then again positive max on second boundary. So in this way, from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to d, one complete cycle of variation has taken place. Same is for Ez, because z direction is into the paper, so positive max of field can be shown by cross, but it has sign variation, so it would be 0 on the boundaries. So here on first boundary, Ez is 0, then positive max, then 0, then negative max, then 0. Take care, here positive max is shown by cross and negative max is shown by dot. This is because positive z direction is into the paper and the field which is into the paper is shown by cross because arrow is going away from us. So tail of the arrow would be visible only. Similarly, Hy has cosine variation, so positive max, and y is in this direction, so arrow direction is this, then 0, then negative max, then 0, then again positive max. So in this way, Hy also has completed its one cycle. And now in y direction, no boundary exists, so field will remain constant in y direction. So the group of these three fields will repeat itself in y direction. In z direction, that is into the paper, the field will vary sinusoidally as we see in TM1 mode. So here we are not showing that variation again. Here in front view, we can show only x direction and y direction variation. Now we come to TM3. In TM3 again, Ex, Ez, Hy exist, but as m is equal to 3, therefore 1.5 cycle will be taken in x direction. Ex has cosine variation, so positive max, then 0, then negative max, then 0, positive max, then 0, then negative max. So this has completed 1.5 cycle. Similarly Ez, which has sign variation, so 0 on the boundary, that is x is equal to 0, then positive max, because z is into the paper, so it is shown by cross, then 0, then negative max, then 0, then positive max, then 0, and in this way it has also completed its 1.5 cycle. Similarly Hy, which has cosine variation, so at x is equal to 0 it is positive max, then 0, then negative max, then 0, then positive max, then 0, then negative max. So Hy also has completed 1.5 cycle in x direction from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to d. And this group of 3 fields will remain constant in y direction. So this pattern will repeat itself again and again in y direction. Here also we are not showing z direction variation, which would be sinusoidal varying. So friends, this was all about field distribution in parallel plane waveguide for transverse magnetic mode. In next lecture, we will see field distribution for parallel plane waveguide for transverse electric mode. Obviously, field distributions are plotted for different values of m. Friends, we stop here. Please like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.